Welcome everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to our very first day of Nature Week. So excited, we have so many cool things that we're gonna be doing this week. I'm really excited about it. Today with Miss V, she'll go into, hi Nora, she'll go into some more specifics about your project, but the materials for today are construction paper, glue, scissors, markers, preferably black or brown, green, orange, and red, but any colors are perfectly fine. And then a pencil. So those are the materials needed for today. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. You are welcome to use the chat room to type any questions that you might have. There's also a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. If you're more comfortable using that, you're welcome to use that for questions. I'll keep an eye on that today so that Miss V doesn't have to. And if you need to know anything about the project, or if you need her to slow down a little bit or hurry up a little bit, just write it in there and then I'll pop in and let her know. If you have any trouble typing in the chat room, if you can grab a grown-up, if there's a grown-up around to help you, maybe they can do that for you. Okay, I think that's all for me. So without further ado, take it over, Miss V.
Hi guys, good morning. How are you? It is so good. I wish I could say it's so good to see you, but it's so good to know that you're there. This week we're doing Nature Week, and you know, when we do Nature Week, for those who have been in camp with me before, we would have some type of paper stuff to do, like you know, there's a paper that we would go outside, we would get leaves, we would get sticks, any type of object that's from the ground, a rock, anything like that. So we could put it on this paper and put it in the sun for like half an hour, take it up, and the sun would be like a photograph. You'd get the perfect photograph of whatever we pick up. But since we're doing this, we're gonna do something different. I wanted to know, and you could type it so Natalie can see, what in nature is your favorite things? So usually we would like go outside for a walk, and we would find any type of bugs, any type of leaf, any type of flower, you know, anything that is in nature. And really, what is nature? So I'm gonna ask the question and answer it, and anybody have anything to say can still type it as well. It's not just, nature is not, it's outside, and it's not just trees. Because from a tree, you can get some beautiful flowers, yes, some wonderful fruits that we eat. We can get, cotton grows on tree, so all our clothes that is made of cotton is from a tree. Our houses are built with wood, so from a tree. So that's all in nature. The food that we eat it's from in the ground, or it grows on something. We like strawberries, you know, that's part of nature. We like animals that live outside, like not so much our dogs or our cats, but like a tiger that we see, or a lion, or a camel, or you have mountain goats that live outside and they don't live inside. So all those things are nature. Everything like that is nature. So today we're gonna talk just a little bit about all the stuff that goes on in nature. I wanted to know if anyone knows that most of the medicine that we take are from the jungle, the bushes, whichever name you want to call it. So it's forestry, It's like jungle, which nobody has ever been to. If it's from forest, like the one we know most is the Amazon rainforest. And from the Amazon rainforest, we get about 70% of all the medicine that we use in the world is from nature. It's from trees, it's from a little tiny flower, it's from little things. But after looking at this, I found something that was so fantastic. That the Amazon River, I always thought it was just in Brazil. I know Brazil is South America. So I figured, and it's so big, it's a big country. So I really thought everything was from, that the whole Amazon is from Brazil. But part that I found out that part of the Amazon River is in 9 other countries that borders, like they're just like, part of it is in Colombia, a part is in Peru, a part is in Ecuador, Venezuela, Suriname, Bolivia, Guyana, and French Guiana, which is like Guyana is, it's even spelled different. For one, it's Guyana is spelled G-U-Y and Guyana is spelled G-U-I. So it's French Guiana and Guyana. So it's 9 countries, so as well as Brazil. So the majority of it is in Brazil, and then 9 other countries have part of the rainforest. So all of South, not all, but a lot of South America just engulfs. It's like it borders. So you've got Brazil like here, and then 9 like little fingers out some more. So a little piece of Brazil, a little piece of Peru, and a little piece of Colombia, French Guiana, Guyana, Venezuela, Suriname. That's countries we don't always hear about, especially Suriname. We've heard of Ecuador, I think. I've heard of all of them, but we don't talk a lot about them. Why is it? It's really important to take care of the plants that we have and the trees. Evanston is so awesome with having so much trees. We've got so much trees in Evanston, especially when you drive down Ridge and it's winter and you see the snow on the trees that line the road. It is so beautiful. I have taken so much pictures just driving down the road. And then when it's summertime like now, you have all that shade. And tell you what, all plants need water, and they need the right amount of water. Because you have trees in an area that is, a lot of trees in one small area, that's why we have rain. We have such good, we don't have to go around and water the trees that are on the street, because the trees cause us to have so much rain. That's a whole nother science stuff that we could have done like last week, that when I think carbon monoxide goes up, because plants are so good, guys, that listen to this. Plants give off oxygen and take in carbon dioxide, not monoxide. I gotta be careful, carbon dioxide. So plants are so good for us. It helps us to breathe. You remember when we usually go for a walk, and we go for a walk, I tell you to pick up a leaf off the ground, not one that is on the tree. Don't pick one on the tree. Always, whatever has fallen, that's what you get. You don't get the one that is on the tree, because you hurt the tree. And the little sap that you see when you break something, that's the nutrient that it needs. So we're just gonna be a little bit more careful when we go around. One of the things that you guys can do for nature, and especially for today, is that when you go outside and you go walking with your parents, you pay attention. Or if you just in the neighborhood by yourself, try and find out the names of the flowers that your neighbor has. Try and find out the trees that are around the neighborhood of where you live, and see if what they're, and see how much. And what I'm trying to, let me see if what I'm trying to tell you is, when you find out, we've got a lot of oak trees out here, and there's some I have no clue about. There is a tree, and I'm trying to see if I'm from here where I am, I could see through the window, but I can only see oak trees. I can't find the tree, so because I could always find and tell you the name of it. But take care of your trees. Take care of the plant that your mom have in the house. Take care of your animals, because they're part of nature. They can do very well outside, some of them, especially your dogs, especially if they have a dog house. That would be great. But I don't think most of us do. I have a cat, and my cat sleeps in my bed, so he doesn't even go through the front door. He just goes and he looks and he's like, and he's back inside. All right, guys. So what I wanted you to do, can anybody send me some of the stuff that you would do if you were going outside? And when you go outside, tell me some of the names of the flowers that you see. There are common flowers that is always out. And one of the flowers that is common, and that we sometimes I put weed killer on it, and we shouldn't, you can pull it up, is the dandelion. You know, we see it, that's the one that when you go, for those who go to school, to elementary school, you see them, especially at Oakton, and they look like little cotton balls. When they're dried up, they're yellow. When they come up, then they are, they look like cotton balls after. And then when you pick them, then you kind of like blow on them and they blow everywhere. People, most adults can't stand it on their lawn, but that's a dandelion. And the root of the dandelion makes a wonderful tea. Now, guys, don't go out there and do that. This is just for information. I don't want you going to get it. I just want you to know how important it is that some plants that we think are weeds and should be thrown away are really good plants for your health. All right. We're gonna do a little bit of a different type of tree. We're gonna do a tree. And this is gonna be, we're gonna do it in a part that it looks like nature, but it concerns us. So what I'm going to do really is, we're going to make a family tree. So we're gonna make a family tree, but we're gonna make it in the form of a tree. So this doesn't have to be like, we're only gonna draw 3 leaves, and we're gonna put like 2 or 3 names on each leaf. And you can do it like, if you have your mom, your dad, 2 moms, 2 dads, or if you have a sibling, which is a sister and another sister, 2 sisters, and that's it. If you have just a brother, that's it. If your grandma lives with you, and only those in the house, we're gonna do it like this. Only those that live with you in the house. So, and I know people have extended family that lives with them sometimes, and there are other people who don't. So if you got an aunt that lives with you, that's fine. If you have a grandma, you're gonna put them on that paper. If you have a grandma, that you can put them on the paper. If you just have your moms, just those, your moms and you, and if you have a sibling. If you don't have a sibling, that's fine. If it's just you, it's perfect. Whatever, whoever lives in your house, that's what I wanna know, okay? That's what you're going to do. And why I asked for construction paper, you can do whatever color you want, okay? So this is just for, you know, make sure you have paper. All right. Does anybody want me to give them a little bit of time and to make sure you have your construction paper? So remember what we're going to do. We are going to do, I'm going to let you draw 3 leaves. And then the 3 leaves, we're going to cut them out. So what we're doing really is like a 3D paper. That's why I wanted more than one, for you to have more than one paper. So you're going to do a 3D paper. All right. And that's going to be your family tree just for your house. And on that, and then you can put that on your refrigerator. But it's going to look almost as if it's, I'm going to add a couple of stuff to it. So one, we're going to put, on one, we're going to put, I need 3 leaves. So I need you to draw 3 leaves, and let me show you how big. I don't want it really big. So I need you to draw 3 leaves. Maybe I should really get a darker color paper. So so you can see, because it looks like a lot of light for me. So I'm gonna get a darker color paper. But you don't have to. I'm just doing it for the camera's sake. Okay, so after you've drawn one, I'm gonna ask you to cut it out. Get your scissors and then cut it out. So remember, guys, we're doing 3 little leaves. If it's big, that's fine. One of the reasons why I want it to be is like, I needed to hold on the paper that I have. So say you have the leaf like this big. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna make a bigger one. So if you wanted a bigger leaf, if you made a big leaf, that's perfect. So whatever size you make, it's perfect. It's gonna fit, it's gonna look great. So I'm doing it along with you, hopefully. So this is a different size that I've made. All right. And I'm hoping I'm gonna make a bigger, I'm gonna make a bigger one. And so you can make your leaves have jagged edge. You can make it just plain, anything. Any way you make it, it's perfect. So I've made my other one just a little bit different and a little bit bigger. Right. So I made this one a little different, a little bigger. What I need for you to do, guys, is to put it into, so whichever part of the tip you want to be a bottom of it, you just kind of fold it, because we're going to give it like a middle. And I'm going to pare mine down a little bit so it kind of looks perfectly round. So when you fold it, and if you find it's not what you like, you can cut it, right? So this is what it should look like, with one line down the middle, just like if it was the vein of the leaf, right? And that's the big one. You can make them all big, you can make them all small. And I really only wanted you to do 3, but if you did more than that, that's fine. See? And that's the medium sized one. And I did the same thing. And that's the veining down the middle. And then this little tiny one, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with it. Right. And that's this. All right. So we're gonna set these 3 aside. And then we're gonna do another thing. So we're gonna still use this piece of paper that we have. You can use, if you have white, please use white. The only reason why I'm using this color is because it shows so much better on the, so you guys can see it. Because for me, even though I wear glasses, I don't see this one as well. Let me show you. See the white one? If I come closer, I know you guys see it better. All right. So let me get something else. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right. Now, what I'm going to attempt, and I did mine by using, usually I use the marker. Now you can, if you have white paper, you can go ahead, and I'm going to do something else. I need for you to draw just a circle, just a little circle, a small one. And I'm going to show you how small I want it to be. So this small. So I put it closer, this small. Just a little circle, a really circle. And then I want you to cut that out. Since in nature we see bug, we're gonna draw a little bit, a tiny little bug that it's like, we see this one every summer, and we're not scared of this one. It flies around a little bit, but we're not scared of it. Most times we just like let it crawl on our hands, and we leave it alone, and then it flies off. It eats, I'm not sure what it eats, but it's always around. So you do that little piece, it's a little paper, it's very tiny. So that's gonna be a face of a ladybug. So in it, we're gonna put 2 small dots and a little face and a little smile. And the reason why I'm doing this, we're gonna do this like 3D, we're gonna paste all of this on one big paper of your family tree, all right? Now, we're gonna do the body of the ladybug. For you to do the body, this is what we're going to do. So one straight line, that's it. And for it to be nice and straight, we could use one of our markers, like a ruler or pencil. Or if you have a pencil, and do like that, and then just get a straight line. After the straight line, we're going to do like a half a circle. So we go all the way over to this side and that back side, okay. And back to the other side, right? That's it. So one here, one there. So from one side to the next, all right? And that's all we need for now. We're gonna do that and we're gonna cut it out. Guys, do you know that you have a set of goats? They are usually white, that they live in Morocco, and they climb trees. At first I was like, they've got to be kidding, because I know goats. I've seen goats a long time, and I know they can jump on the top of things, but I need for you, like at home, you can go research this or ask your mom or your dad or somebody, your older sibling, and to look it up. And it's in Morocco. They have a goat that climbs trees. I forgot the names. They're tree goat. They climb all sort of tree. And I mean to the top of the tree. They've got some big trees and they sit on there and they eat the leaves. They don't just eat grass. They don't just eat things from off the ground. They eat the leaves on top of the tree. All right, so you've cut out the body of your ladybug. Now, make some dots in it so we know it's a ladybug. All right. So before you finish, and all of that, we're going to lay that aside because we have something else to do. We have to draw that tree. So I hope I'm not moving too fast, guys. And there's a lot of little pieces to do. So this is the body of the ladybug. This is the head of the ladybug. And remember earlier, we said we did 3 leaves, 3 different type of leaves. You can do all big, all medium-sized ones, and small ones. Now, I'd ask for you to get pencils. And one of the reasons for you to have a pencil let me give you guys some time, because I think I'm going way too fast. You guys can tell Natalie when you're ready to start again, and I'll go. All right? Hi.
Hi. Miss V, can you see your chat room?
Yeah.
We have a note from Emmeline.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
I can see the numbers. I can't see what she says.
oh, that's okay. The cloven-hoofed goats, is that what
Yeah.
you were talking about in Morocco?
Uh-huh.
It says they climb the argan tree.
They do. Let me see. I am not sure. Yep. Tell her perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. They do. They are, at first usually watch them, and I love to watch nature shows. And I watch like stuff, what's going on under the sea stuff. And they climb cliffs that are as sheer as your hand. And they will stand at one side and you're like, how are they standing? But they are absolutely fat. You've never seen anything like this.
That's so cool.
It is. It's like, and a matter of fact, I don't know if you can see, but I have a picture. Can you see it anytime?
Are those goats standing in trees?
Don't they look like cotton balls or something on top?
Yeah.
But these are goats on top of a tree.
That's amazing.
That's the argan tree. That's the goats, and this is in Morocco. Yep.
Whoa.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to Google that. I want to learn more about it.
And then there are others that, like I said, that are sheer climbers. They just, you have to see the rocks there, and you're like, how is it they're standing there? But it's fantastic.
That's really cool.
Is awesome. Yes. Tell her thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's really neat. All right, I'll let you get back to it.
Okay. So, guys, I seem to lose stuff. Anyway, I'm always losing stuff. My children find my daughters and my son find everything. I might leave it right there, and then they say, "Mommy, it's right there." So, okay. On your leaves, and why I said a pencil, because it's kind of smaller. Could you write like mom and dad? Then if you have just say a sibling, it's just you and your brother, or two sisters or two brothers, or write all the siblings on one paper. If there's 4 of you, write 4 names on this paper. If it's just mom and dad, just write mom and dad or their names on the paper. If you want grandma and grandpa to live with you so that they can spoil you a little bit more, add their names and tell your parents, these are who I want else to live in my house. Okay? That's just for fun. That's just for fun. Okay. All right. Oh, I love that. I love the fact that you guys could see the goats and all of that. I really love it. I really enjoy watching things like that from different countries and different part of the world. I like looking at bugs. That's it. I'm not that scared of them, but I'm okay with them. Some spiders, if I knew all the spiders, it would have been great. Then I could always shove them outside or pick them up on a piece of paper. But since I don't know, I don't scream after stuff. I like grasshoppers, crickets, big roaches. I'm not scared of those either. Mealworms, all that stuff. None of them bother me. So I'm really good with that type of thing. All right, so let's continue, right? Now, on the piece of white paper, this is so blinding. I'm gonna ask you to make a grass. So now, before I go any further, let me slow down. I really don't want it like this, but if you prefer it like this way, look, I'm gonna show you this way, the wider way, it's fine. If you wanna do it this way, it's good too. So I'm not gonna say I don't prefer it. Whichever way you wanna do it. I've decided to do it on the long way, but you can do it this way. All right? So it really is a preference of how you feel. What we're going to do is I've asked for you to get green markers, because a green marker is for you to use the green marker to make at the bottom of this some grass. So we're gonna go ahead and make grass and draw some grass. Okay, guys, just a little bit of grass. So you can use a marker. And again, whatever you have, guys, you can use crayons because sometimes it's even easier. Or if you have pencil, fine. Whichever one you have, it's okay with me. Now, all right. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make a tree trunk. So we go up and go across. Now, it's like this. Now I'm gonna do it with a brown marker so you can see it better. At first I trace mine out with a pencil. So that's the pencil part. So I kind of know what I'm gonna do. And then like this. Now remember, a tree trunk is not smooth, it's not perfect. So whichever way it comes out is fine with me. It goes all the way, that's your grass. And that's one part of the tree trunk. And then I'm gonna do another part. See? Just another part. Now it does not have to line up because we know from looking outside that a tree does not grow perfect. It doesn't go right and it doesn't go left, it goes any which way it feels. So that's just the marking of the tree. And since I said 3 leaves, I'm gonna put one more here, all right? Just a little dash right there. Now, after you guys have had all of that, all the stuff that you did, this is what I'm going to do with the leaves. I'm gonna glue the back part of it or any part, whichever part you turned in. If you turn it like this, it's also fine. But the name, wherever you write the name, so you could have had mom, dad, grandpa, grandma. See? If you have a lot of siblings, maybe you should use the bigger paper. So I'm just gonna put Joe, Lisa. I'm only gonna put that. Now, if you have more than one sibling, then you go over and you start putting one each names on the piece of paper. All right? Perfect. Now, because this is gonna look like a 3D thing, what I've done is we're gonna glue the back, just the tip, not the whole thing, right? Just the tip. And we're also going to put a little bit of glue on the paper as well. And because the mom and the dad are the head of the family right now, or your moms, we're going to glue those names first. Then on the side, which the two pieces that I showed you, you're going to glue siblings. You're going to glue grandma and grandpa. And if you have more than one, like I said, you can glue all the different ones all over. All right? So I'm going to glue it just to show you what I've expected you to do, or what I think it should look like. And this is part of nature because you're in nature and we can't live without nature. And having a family or having friends as family, that remember now, because not everybody who is related to you can be a family. So you have all sorts of family. So this is just one part. It should look something like this. Okay? So that's the grass. And that's your leaves with your tree. And now here's the other fun part. Remember, we made I'm trying to find the thing before I even say it. Yep, I find my ladybug's head. It was missing. So this is my ladybug. And this is a ladybug's body. So I glued the back, and that's the head. So I'm gonna stick it either on, you can put it on the tree, or you can put it right on the ground, whichever one. And now this is something that you could make and make more than one of. You could make 2 ladybugs. You could make 3 ladybugs. All right, so here comes your ladybug, and I've put mine on the tree. Now to make it a little bit more, I'm gonna get a pencil or a marker, and I'm gonna give it 2 antennas. See, it's like this. And on top of that, now this is where it gets fun also. For the grass, we could make a flower. Like right below, there's flowers. Right? So you can use your markers, and you make flowers, or maybe another bug. Anything that marks that, you know, runs on the ground. Anything that's creepy and crawly. If you know how to make spiders, you can do that. Do you know, guys, that in countries like Vietnam, that they eat spiders, or is it spiders? Yes, that they eat it, that is fried, and the size of those that they eat and they fry is as big as like about this. That's the or huge. That's the size of the spiders, their legs and everything, and they cook these spiders, and they are not poisonous. So they only give you the ones that are, they only cook the ones that are good. All right, so what I'm doing here is that I'm trying to make some flowers, so when I show you mine, you'll see a little bit of difference. And this is what your 3D nature family look like. So you should have either 3 leaves, and if you choose, please put another one there. And you could have different color. You could have if you had white paper, you could color it green. You could color all the different things, but we do any animal that you can think of that you can cut out, it will be so much easier. Why I did it 3D is like somebody could see under it, so it looks more real. Instead of drawing, there's another piece of paper. It's the same thing for the ladybug. Look, you can move it. There's a movement under it, all right? If anybody had glued down everything, that is fine too. I put a little bit of flower and a little bit of grass because it's the greenness and just to show the definition of it. So that's it, guys. That's part of nature. And I'm so glad that somebody else is watching other nature stuff with me so that they can see all the things that go on. So it's really good to go and watch a lot of nature shows on instead of cartoons. You could, if anybody has that type of television that they can talk in and say, can I see a nature show? And you will see how nature with human lives match up together. We need one another. We need this nature. We need to take care of the planet. We need to not throw things all over the place and to keep it clean. Like when you go to one of those fast food places and you're coming home, put the recycling things in the recycling box where your mom or your dad or somebody else tells you. Reuse something. If you have a plastic cup and you can wash it and reuse it, do that. All right, guys? So thank you, and go out there and be great in nature.
Hi, Miss V. We had a quick question about the ladybug.
Uh-huh.
What happened with the ladybug? I think that was the question.
Okay. The ladybug is just for part of nature. We stuck, did you see it? Yeah. So we had cut the head out and we had cut the body out, and it's just a ladybug on a tree. You could have put it on the ground beside the flowers. You could have put it at the side of the tree. So it's movable. And when they're gluing it, just do a little bit. So if they want to move it, so it has a little bit of movement like it has here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it's kind of 3D in everything in the way, because it's not painting that's flat. It's something that you can touch and move. And that's why I gave it a little bit of movement, and I didn't glue the whole, I'm sorry. I didn't glue the whole thing. I just glued part of it.
Got it.
It can be moved. So the ladybug is just a part of nature.
Okay.
That you can use. Yeah.
Perfect. I hope that answered that question.
I hope so too.
How cool, V. Thank you so much for today.
No, and have a good week and enjoy Miss Laura tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm typing in my email address here. If you or a grown-up want to take a picture of what you did today and email it to me, I'll share it with Miss V. And if we have your permission, we'll share it on our Facebook page too.
Okay.
So that's my email address. I would love to see what you all made today.
You know, Steph keeps asking about what the thing that they made, the koala bear on the tree.
Yeah, I didn't get any of those pictures.
Okay.
I bet they're hanging on walls and on refrigerator doors right now.
All right. Thank you guys, and I love the fact that I got all the answers from the goats that are on the tree. That really, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
See you tomorrow with Miss Laura.
Right.
We're on this week. Ridgeville hug.
Ridgeville hug.
See ya.
Yeah.